In this video, let's learn how to use option flow chain view to give yourself a trading edge. What's going on, everybody? We are back with TradeUI, and in this video we're going to do is show you the importance of using option flows chain view. That way you can identify where there's big holders on certain positions with certain stocks that give yourself a good target for not only a price you may want to buy or sell in equity, but at the same time a time frame of how long you should expect to hold that stock based on the buyers and sellers that are currently trading it. So the importance of this is because this helps us identify, hey, when on earth can I get in on a stock knowing that's a great time? Well, if I actually go over to our option flow chain viewer right here for TradeUI, click that link in the description below, it'll take you to TradeUI site, and then go to options and go to chain viewer. You can actually search by ticker and determine what's a good stock to hold based on the data. So I'm going to look at QCOM. The reason I'm looking at QCOM, they had earnings yesterday and they did really well on earnings, but the stock started to fade back. So what I want to do is actually see what the option flow data looks like a few months out, to see if there are a month or so out, to see what people are expecting the price to go to. So the big thing we want to focus on is the actual open interest. You have 5 different things on your legend here. One is the call open interest, the put open interest, the call volume, and the put volume. And then lastly, you have your implied volatility. It's important to look at the open interest to determine what people expect the price of a certain asset to go to. For example, people are pretty bullish on QCOM right now because they have a lot of open interest around 187.5. However, understand that this is only about 1,500 contracts, so you do want to be a little vigilant and see a larger number if possible. So if we keep checking out, you see somebody else is targeting 185, but you do have some sellers around the 150 to 170 range. And then let's see, the longer time we go out, you can see that the steam tends to die out on the volume over here. So this looks like this was earnings estimates, but if you go out actually to the end of the year, you can see where bull buyers are expecting the stock to go to $200 a share. You have over 5,000 contracts priced out this far. This is a good range for a swing trader. Always look out a month or so ahead of time to give yourself an understanding of what you can buy. And guys, you can also look at like this. Maybe if you're still bullish on the stock, you can sell a deep in the money put that's around the area of open interest for the put seller, because these levels act like support and resistance. What that means is if you start to get to a high put interest, well, that can tell you, all right, the price is people are probably be cashing out right here. So now they're going to see buyers stepping in because sellers are closing their shorts. So buyers could be stepping in all the way up to $200 on this stock. Overall, if you actually go to the chart, it actually looks pretty solid at 170 to 180 level. There's an awesome potential play there. But understand that the importance of chain viewer as a whole is to check out different stocks to see if there's opportunities for buying or selling. So let me go to a popular one, because now we're going to talk about how to use this for earnings runs. So I'm going to go to NVIDIA. So once I fetch the data for NVIDIA, you can see the chart looks a little different. It's a highly traded stock. We want to figure out what's going to go on with earnings. I think earnings it's around 11.22 if I remember right. But you can see overall you have more buyers than sellers on NVIDIA, because if we go to the call volume, you can see how our call volume is a lot stronger than our put volume right now. This tells us that people are probably bullish on NVIDIA into earnings to at least $150 a share. Looks like you have some more buyers at 155, 160, and so on. But the longer we go out, we can determine, hey, where's our big spikes? Like right here for NVIDIA, 150 tends to be a very popular level. That might tell you if you're already in NVIDIA, 150 might be the area you want to start looking at taking profit, especially when you see something like this where there's a huge buyer and seller, but this is all the way up $180 a share. This is towards the end of the year in December. But understand, it looks like buyers have control of NVIDIA right now, and just by reading the chain view, you can determine if there's a certain stock you want to trade, what's the overall open interest on that stock to determine if it's a great time to get in. Because guys, if you can find positions like that, you can give yourself a statistical edge. But to figure out that edge, you got to use systems like TradeUI. Go ahead and click that link in the description below. It'll help you figure out how to give yourself great, valuable trades.